Evening everyone, let's slide into the seat. Oh. Back in the cockpit. There we go. Evening everyone. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday. As we enter lockdown phase 2 in the UK. Lockdown. The virus strikes back. Or was it Return of the Virus? I can't remember. Anyway. Hope everyone's well. Evening everyone in the chat. Nathan, Steve, Al, Anorak Smith, Barry, Ian, Ant in the house. As we are back. We're not faffing about with Daily Race A anymore. Absolutely sacking it off. Because we found a much better combo. It's a team versus team. Danny Smith is well in the lobby. Sorry, Mr. Danny Smith, and there's me. It's a team versus team. Now, it's getting some heat. Oh, I've got to turn the wheel on. One day, I will start stream and turn the wheel on. It's always quite a bit last minute. I was getting some heat in the Discord because I bought 2 LaFerraris, and I have a good reason for this, and that's because I'm hosting the lobby for a better connection. As in, like there's 2 different ways you can host lobby. So I can't leave the lobby, so I can't leave and change my livery. So that's why I've got a yellow and a red. Now, what we talked about earlier is the remnants. We'll see who turns up, but. Or do we just pick new teams? Do we want to pick new teams, or do we want to try and build from yesterday? I don't know actually. Sort this out. So Al is Alan, but we're calling Al. So we've got the gift. The gift kind of works then. Oh no, it's not. It's 2 L's. Like the Napoli midfielder. We've got 1 for Ian as well. I keep meaning to update these gifts, but we've just got Ian and Al at the moment. What's that one? Oh yeah, whoops, I meant to do that. I wonder if that works. Stay with me. Right. You can tell I need to enunciate it more clearly. It's been a story of decades for me. Maybe that will work if I do that. Anyway, what's the time? 32. Even GT Grandad back in the house. GT Grandad rocking a very cool livery yesterday, a specialised livery. I did take note as I was swooping alongside you. Now, this is not going to be very elegant. No one's going to see it. How do I do this? GT Grando, you can be the steward today then. I'm sorry to hear that whatever's happened. I was like, what am I doing? Oops. So I'm set up at the wheel today. Yesterday I was playing on a pad, and I think I'm not really that good with a pad generally, as we know. That's not a surprise. But I'm not very good around the corners with the pad, so I've gone back to the wheel. And it means I'm relying on my little stream deck to do all of the stuff. Yeah, GT Grandad's a steward, so we can't be doing anything untoward, it will get called. So Barry's in. We had Barry in on Sunday, but not in the team races. So Barry at the moment, proven special stage runner in the singles. But as we know, the team racing is a different game. Right, we've got to decide what we're going to do about teams. Do we want to build on teams from yesterday, or do we want to go new teams? Should we have a quick skirmish now, just an individual race? Let's do that to get into it. Oh, the wheel feels very loose. I'll just type it out as well. Right. That's not how you start this. So for there's only 5 of us at the moment. There's not enough for a team versus team really, because it would be a little bit unbalanced. Let's start off with an individual race, an exhibition race as they call it. GT Grandad will be able to kind of get a feel for the standard of racing this evening. Sorry, Steve, I just saw you suggested that. I do really like, is it Jeddy's running that WC livery is very special. Evening, Issa, welcome to join us. We're doing an exhibition race at the moment. I always really struggle on the starts. Do feel free to pop a like in the YouTube if you're looking forward to this week is tonight's race. Tonight's racing. Sometimes you say things so often, the words just become they I don't know how to phrase it. I'm losing my mind slowly. Right. So it's an individual race this. You're not gonna, but it looks like I've struck up an alliance here with AverMedia. So maybe we can kind of work as a team, and then it will become each man for himself as we go around the last corner. It's a lot easier on a wheel this, I'm finding, now having done this on a wheel and a pad. I don't know why my brake lights are flashing. I can see my ABS is flickering on and off. Doesn't seem to be losing me any speed, but I don't know if anyone else's ABS kind of clicks on and off. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't won the race. Right, I'm going to make my way down to turn 1. I do want to see what it's like turning on the wheel now compared to the pad, because the pad I kept having to kind of flick the thumbstick repeatedly, and it leads to a lot of erratic movements, I think, whereas with the wheel I should be able to be very smooth and precise. In my lane. It looks like I've got some kind of ABS issue here. Danny's gone quite high. We lose Danny. I think we lost Danny there. ABS is automatic assisted braking system. So the way ABS works in practice is that when you slam on the brakes and you're locking up the brakes, the ABS will lift off the brakes and then put the brakes back on. Maybe repeatedly. But it shouldn't be doing anything now, so it looks like maybe I have this ABS glitch. It doesn't seem to be costing me at all. Looks like Steve's been getting quite a few taps there. Good to get out of the way in the practice, Danny Smith. I'm feeling much more racy today. I think on the pad I was always going to be at a disadvantage, just slightly out of my comfort zone, but I'm in my element now, so be warned. I'm just looking for that key assist as we go around the last corner. So I completely forgot about Xbox pre-orders this morning. Obviously I'm not as hyped for the Xbox, but I wanted to kind of get a pre-order ready so I can think about it close to the time and have the opportunity. Just thinking about that finance thing from Game that looks like it's going to sell it. We've got a PS5 pre-ordered. I saw that the Gran Turismo Twitter account asking questions today about GT7, what cars would you like? So they're teasing us. Is there going to be a big reveal? Because that would be huge news. But here we go. Probably not a good position to be in because I won't be able to get any slipstream. Best I can do is deny space on the inside, but no, Steve's got through. Yeah, it's a lot easier on all this. I've turned down the game sound a little bit as seems a little bit high, so the sound balance is a bit better. And here we go. This is where you want to be. Have I gone too early? Looking at that. Ooh. Steve over the line. Good result, Steve. Well done. It's kind of in the mix. Good news for me. Danny Smith, hate going wide, but the inside was taken. Slipped on the benders after trouble. Yes. I do think if you go high, there's much more danger of being spat out or having a spin. Yeah, thanks, Ant, mate. We should get some kind of counter. Right, there's 6 of us now. So we can have a 3-on-3. Yeah, Ant was coming in as well. So quite a tight 3 on the line. So we can do a 3-on-3 here. We need to work out colours then. So I think Steve and Jody Jonah were on the same team yesterday. Myself and Anarat Smith were on the same team. So I think we need Danny to go one way and Barry to go the other. Maybe we can see which colour cars you have at the moment. Exactly, yeah. So we're thinking, okay, Barry's white. So we're thinking yellow for one team, red for the other team. Looks like GT Grandad approves of the racing in that event. We can only go downhill then. So I think Danny and Barry, you're both going to need to pick up a livery. So to save time, why don't you say Danny in team 1, so Danny in the yellow team with myself and Anorak Smith, 1 and 2 there. And Barry, you'll be in team 2, so you'll be with Steve and Ant. Right. So Danny, you will need to pick up a yellow livery or apply it. I don't think you can apply it here, maybe you need to pick it up. And Barry, you'll need to apply a red livery. And then there's more people joining, we'll just add to the teams. There goes Danny to get that. What's he going to come back with? Yeah, it's a good point, Jodie Jonah. I wasn't even anywhere near a win yesterday, apart from that one race. I will probably upload it to YouTube because it was just, as I can say in clip, I was so certain me and Roswell were going to get over the line first. I was convinced. Biniak, whose team? You on our team yesterday, you need a yellow livery. Team 1. Let me write a comment in here actually. Oops. Barry, you'll need to pick up a red livery. Hang on, Steve. Hands off. Hands off. There's going to be a FIFA investigation here. Tapping up. Right. Let me put the. Let me write a comment on this. Where's the stream? Ooh, didn't even like my own stream. Do feel free to tap that like button. If you'd like to be right. Okay. Team 1 is Vinny, Anorak, me, Danny. So far this is. Team 2, Steve, Jedi, Barry, and then Nathan's coming. Oh, Nathan's in, okay. Nathan, you are... Oh, I should put the colours. That's very good of me. Team 1, yellow. Of course, if you're an absolute baller, or if you're a bit of a free agent, not a free agent, if you're kind of, you know, Gareth Bale looking around, just have both cars, have them ready. If you've got that cash, virtual credits, I mean I have got 15 million credits to drop on LaFerraris. And is there honestly any of us that don't hit the like button? I don't know, but I did forget, so I think as a YouTuber you should like your own video unless you like getting hundreds of likes. Every like counts. Drafting or no drafting? It's drafting and bumping all the way. Detonator in the house. Now where is Detonator? Detonator's a free agent. Hang on a second. So Detonator, I think it's your pick. I think you get to choose because both teams are 4 apiece. So it's your call, Detonator. Or if you want, you can do a kind of... Okay, later. You can do a kind of gender reveal and just turn up with your car. And then we'll know which team you've chosen. Right, I think we're all... No, We're waiting for Binny. Okay. We'll keep going. We're ready to go now. We'll just be a man down. It was 4-3 last night. 4-3, but whoever's losing, whoever's behind is going to get a Detonator as a super sub. There's something very cool at driving this time of night. Nice. It's a neutral venue detonator. Red team is this is every 10 years to type out. Okay. Thanks Barry, you saved me there. A bit of arthritis. Right, just waiting for Nathan to jump in, unless you're sitting out to even up the teams for this one. Let us know. I think there were different styles last night between Team 1 and Team 2. Team 2, I'm going to say, were a bit more aggressive. I'm not saying over the line, but I'm a bit more willing to kind of throw the LaFerrari around. Whereas I think Team 1 we were trying to get into elegant trains, technical mastery of the slipstream. Right, so Nathan and Binny, you can both join and then we'll be full repeats. I'm ready to go. This is going to be the first team race. Team 1 versus Team 2. Anyone watching in the chat can let us know who your money's on as we grid up. I'm thinking I might need to take a role as a kind of assister. In the same way that I think Steve, it's fair to say that you were a very good assister to Nathan. Kind of not taking all of the limelight, but doing a lot of the hard yards behind. Maybe I need to think about kind of being in the right position to get Binny over the line as our point man. Right, GT Grander's going for Team 2. Bit of partiality there by the independent steward, but also does know the drivers very well. I think you have to give Nathan a minute. If not, it's going to be a Team 2 handicap starting in disarray already. Classic Team 2. Frankly, expect nothing less from that shambles of an outfit. Danny is Smudger. Really. How do we think about that? We give Nathan one more minute? Get ready. That is a great movement. Bit of drafting going on already. Right, we're gonna go. Sorry Nathan, you'll be in the next one. Sorry Team 2. I would start it as a Team 1 driver. So this is really the kind of... Oh no, sorry Nathan. Nathan, as a team captain, you have to watch this one. You can spectate your team and kind of think about where people should be deployed. Al, who's your vote on for both team to win the race and driver to get over the line. I definitely have some kind of ABS problem, don't I? The ABS is now it's trying to give me epilepsy. Maybe it's just really into the music. Don't forget full screen, not full screen, sorry. My bad. Thanks for the reminder. Al's just going for Binny. Okay. So it's a good strategy. Just bet on Binny. He's already in the lead. Right, it's a bit easy now, we've got the team colours. Can I turn ABS off? I don't think it's really doing anything, I think it's just flashing. I'm a bit worried now though. I think we'll catch it back as we go on through. It looks like we've got 2 trains already. We've got a Team 1 train and a Team 2 train. I'm desperately trying to catch up with the Team 2 train. Here we go, now that there's officially betting on this. You know, it's a real sport. Is anyone going to get wiped out here? I'm trying to catch up with my Team 1 brethren. We're called Team 1 for a reason. Give Danny a bit of boost. I got you, Danny. I got you. Just drop down a bit as we exit the corner. Lots of space here. Oh, we lost someone. We lost Anorak Smith. I drop back. I'm going to drop back Anorak Smith, try and get you back in. Can I bridge? I could probably just about bridge the gap. No, it's not going to work. We're going to have to leave you behind Anorak Smith for this one. Why have I got so much pace in? Wouldn't it be funny if the ABS thing was actually regenerating a bit of battery? Hang on, Team 2 have got something together here. Go on, Danny. We lost Jenny Jonah there as well. I didn't see what happened there. I was going to say it must be 3-3. It was actually 2-3 to Team 1 in terms of the numbers in the pack. GC Grandad's investigated, FIA investigation, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a overlay for under investigation, so we deploy that when there's a questionable incident. But the stewards have noted the incident, no penalty necessary. So we sandwich Team 2 here. That's got to be quite uncomfortable for Steve, fully boxed in. But Team 2 only started with 3 drivers, and now there's only 2 left. What more is there to say? I might dive down the cycle. Steve loses a lot of pace there. You've got to say that Team 1 are odds on to win this. Barry's going to come out of nowhere. I'd say Barry's like the odds are 7-1 or something on Barry. Well, it's getting shorter as we speak. Don't count me out, mate. Don't count me out just yet. I think it might be a Team 1, 2, 3 here. It's going to be an easy win for Danny Smith. An easy win for Team 1 there. Quite a controversial victory it would be because Nathan didn't start. So is that result... What do you think, Alan GT Grand? Is that result going to stand? Do you think that's a legitimate result? Were there enough cars that started and finished it? If there were, then it's 4-4. Scores on the door. I see you, Ant. I see you. I think it's down to GT Grandad and Al as the stewards. Okay, well it's down to GT Grandad then. Is that a was that a practice run or was that a real one? It feels GT Grandad's gone for result stands. So we'll go with that. We'll go 4-4. Might have some more people joining from the 1100 fraternity. Right, we're going to go again. It's 4-4 now, no excuses. Team 2 are up to full strength. GT Grandad not messing around. I think the steward's taking a firm line here. But Binny, he's always at the front of the race, but now we've got Nathan to worry about. Nathan's the kind of driver that he doesn't even need a lot of Team 2 drivers around him to kind of be there at the end. He can mix it amongst Team 1, he can just kind of sneak in. It's a very valuable... it's ABS. I don't think it's doing anything. You don't need to be anywhere near the break in this race. Right. Here we go, Team 1, from the back. So we've got Anarat Smith kind of maybe just trying to disrupt at the front. I think Team 1, if we just work as a 3, we can link up with Anarat Smith and we'll have our own train. Nice. That's right, we don't need to be in that train. Big bump for Anarat Smith there. But you don't win the race down the first straight. I think it does send a strong psychological message if you look really together. So it's a little bit of posturing maybe. So the trains are getting quite tight. It's a bit like the boat race this, isn't it? What we could do is we could have a car that's even faster than LaFerrari just ahead, looking at reverse view and getting the best view to kind of dish out any penalties. You have to say, I think Team 2 just looks a little bit more organised here, so fair play to Team 2. Now, can we get all of our cars round? Gentle movements. Really doing what all good poachers do. And doing his own thing. Whoa, strong defensive move by Steve there. GT Grandad. Is there anything worth looking into there? Yellow card maybe? Well, yellow card or red card. That was a strong move. We've all made it through. Unfortunately for the Team 1 fans, it looks like Team 2 are going to be able to control the space here. Now unless Danny Smith can do something a bit unorthodox. Right, that move officially under investigation by GT Grandad. See what the stewards have to say. I think we need to be a bit tactical here, team. I think we need to use their slipstream and then try and blow past them. Some sort of penalty's been dished out. Not really. Well, this is not looking good for Team 1, I have to be honest. Team 2 have looked incredibly strong with this train. Barry actually, surprisingly, is out of the train. And Team 1 are going to have quite a bit of momentum here as we approach the corner. Now it looks like again Team 2 are going to have the low line. And then a little shuffle across. Now Vinny's in amongst it. I think maybe I should have kept the high line there, but I've got someone to assist me. It's Danny Smith. Look at Vinny manoeuvring himself into a very handy position. So I'll try and just sip on that slipstream a little bit. But it looks like Team 2 have just got this sewn up, and to be honest, it's a very strong result for Team 2. So there's a bit of showboating over the line. That's quite an ominous result, actually. Team 2 up to full strength, and did it ever look in doubt for Team 2? Yeah, lockout Steve. Evening, Anglic Harris. Hope you enjoy the stream. Do feel free to get involved as well. Right, what do we do, Team 1? It felt like they had the right side of the track quite early on. So maybe that's the optimal pace to position your train. Fair play to Team 2 though, that was a very commanding result. (5-4). Slot that into the chat. Right. Really, no Team 2 pen. Well, GT Grandad. What? There was a strong moment there where I would say it did disrupt the flow for Team 1. Maybe it was just a warning at that stage. Yeah, we've got to get our train sorted out, Team 1. Well, look, we all made it round actually. I don't think anyone jumped out of the train, so it shows the levels that these teams were operating at. It's very fine margins now. Okay, Steve, you've got a yellow card for what was judged to be a very strong move there. Let Ant say his piece. It's Stu's investigation. I'm not influencing. I just raised the question. I said, well, maybe that's worth looking into. Right, hang on. While I'm doing this, I'm going to turn off this ABS thing. Actually, it's not doing anything, is it? It's quite nice with the lights. You can appeal, but the appeal is only to GT Grandad. Or maybe the appeal is up to Al. But Al's making a livery. Right, are we ready to go? We're ready to go. Right, I'm really hoping for a strong showing at least for Team 1. I'm quite a good viewpoint for the appeals and for the penalties, because I'm always at the back, so you get quite a nice view. right reverse grid actually. I'm going to be in a decent position here. I feel like Nathan was kind of commanding, controlling. It's almost like a mall in rugby. Not the best start by me. I might be letting Barry in here. I'm going to try and close the door. And hopefully Team 1 can actually dictate the space this time. Anorak's worse. Some big bumping going on here. Good pace. We might be dropping people. I think it's Nathan right at the back. And got to be a little bit careful there. This Team 1 is setting quite a pace here. I'd say as strong as it was looking for Team 2 in the last round, I've got to say it's looking as equally as strong for Team 1 here. There's some big bumping going on. It looks like Steve has tactically joined this train. Now he switched over to the more traditional two-train approach. Look at this Team 1 train now. The key thing is, can we keep it going around the corner? Because I think the ultimate skill is continuing to bump draft around the corner. That might be a situation where you could actually get a breakaway if you get it just right. As Team 2 can't handle it alone and they've had to jump into the back of our train. So I think that's a big statement by Team 1. Team 2 can't live the pace. Whoa! Go Team 1. Bit dicey. I'm aware that I've been moving quite a lot, but I'm still here. A nice little tap. Driving using the radar now pretty much. Quite tricky as the corner flattens out to keep it straight. We do that. Barry's having a look. Is Barry going to be able to get to the front and slot across and therefore dictate the tempo? No, it's a very good push by Binny there. That was a critical push. Right, Team 2 looks like they've started to get... Oh, a bit of a side there. They've started to go a bit more. Team 1 in control, I would say. It does look like a lot of the Team 2 drivers trying to merge in that Team 1 train, which is looking very strong. But it doesn't count for anything until you get around the last corner and get over the line. Look at Team 2 fanning out, trying to work out what to do, maybe in disarray. They just can't compete with this pace that Team 1 are putting out. That's the 4 Team 1 drivers pushing me out now, this time as the lead man. So the pressure's on me actually as we approach the last corner. Sweaty palms times. We seem to be losing Team 2 drivers off the back almost. So they go full wide. And look at this train now. Absolutely huge. I don't know if there's going to be a complaint from Team 2 there. Maybe accusing Anorak Smith of slowing down, fracturing that train. We'll have to wait and see if an appeal comes in. Otherwise it's very difficult to see what Team 2 could possibly do now. They're so far back. Has there been some gamesmanship there by Anorak Smith? And basically facilitated this breakaway, knowing that there are no Team 2 riders in the front 3. So it's going to be an absolutely dominating victory for Team 1 here. We don't really see wins like this. But I do wonder, are there going to be any complaints about that strategy by Team 1? That is a huge margin of victory by Team 1 there. GC Grounder under investigation. Blocking, I thought there might be some complaints coming in. Okay, Ant says soundly beaten. But that is the difficulty. If you let a train get away that's completely with the other team, and you don't have anyone in there, then those tactics come into play. Absolute lockout. Accusations of brake checking. So, hang on, what was the score before? I have to scroll up because I've forgotten. 5-5. Well, I'm sure the stewards are going to be keeping a very keen eye on that. I'm sure Anorak Smith wouldn't have done any brake checking, but I can see why Team 2, wouldn't be happy about the front three being able to break away like that. I think the question is, how do Team 2 come back from this, and how do Team 1 do? Now it's going to be a reverse grid, and all of Team 1 is going to be at the back. I think that's the real test of character. When you're all at the back, what do? Can you do something different? Can you work as a team? Can you have your own train and actually overtake the Team 2 train? They always get a really bad start. Nathan's being swamped here. Bit of side by side with Binny and Nathan. Probably Binny and Nathan, two, you say, individual best finishers. So, bit of a rivalry there. I think Nathan has the most wins in the team races, and I think Binny had the most wins in the individual races. Question marks for Team 1 about kind of having such an individual finisher. Does that compromise the kind of team strength? Or in this sort of race, do you want someone who's able to float about and doesn't require a train to push them over the line? Interesting questions there, the analysts. It's up to you, Detonator. It doesn't have to be plain red or plain yellow. You can have your personal take on it. It's 5-5 now though, so I don't know who you're going to jump in and join. Right, Binny is in P4 and just ahead of Nathan. So can he kind of mark Nathan? Looks like Nathan's going around the outside. Can Binny almost play defensive to Nathan and prevent Nathan from getting in those positions that we see him very often go around last corner? I've got a decent overspeed here. I see Binny taking around the outside, and I wonder if I give Binny a little nudge. Just a gentle tap. Regain the middle line. Again, it's looking very strong for Team 2 here. Locking out the front four. What can we do? Bit of side like there always is coming out of turn 2, but I'm going to give Binny a push here, and this could be a critical moment if we can get some support. Thanks, Danny. I'll ease off to let you back in. I'm easing off. It's important we stay as a 4. Yes, Danny Smith coming back in. Very strategic. Now we did lose out because I had to drop back and just bridge Danny Smith. We did lose the opportunity to give Binny a really big push to get him to do this. Is very interesting. We don't often see the racing like this. Two very stretched out trains here. And it's going to be all about who can get those big pushes. Get a push from Danny, pass it forwards. Anorak Smith. Anorak Smith onto Binny. You have to think, is it worth Binny kind of slotting in here and taking a third place? Or should Team 1 try and go for the absolute outright lead? There was a gap there behind Steve, but Binny's got himself into lead. Can he get across and close out Jody Jonah? Or maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he thinks he's got the outright pace. This is very interesting. This is very, very tactical. And we're fast approaching the corner. I wonder if Binny could have kind of closed across Jody Jonah there and given out nowhere to go. As it is, I think Team 2 are going to have a slight advantage going in. But Binny somehow gets to the front of the race. Unbelievable skill. Instinct. And it'd be difficult to bet against Binny in this position. But here we go, Nathan and Steve. Telepathic connection between those two, we know. And Binny now is isolated from Team 1. Can Anarat Smith give Binny a lot of push? And somehow Team 2 have got themselves into a very good position. I'm moving over, trying to give Binny an assist here. Maybe Anarat Smith. Maybe Anarat Smith's the only one who can do it, but it's going to be very difficult now. And you have to hand it to Team 2. That was anyone's race going down the back straight. I wonder if a key moment is that Team 1 we could have tried to basically sweep across Team 2 and ended their train. But congratulations to Team 2 there. Anytime you see Steve and Nathan in close proximity, you know they're up to something. Sorry, Ben, you're a bit isolated. We just couldn't quite give you that final assist. So unfortunately, it's 6-5 to Team 2. But I think a good showing by Team 1 there. Coming from the back, you have to say, it's a bit like tennis, isn't it? It wasn't really our serve there. But this is going to be a bit mixed up, I think. Dan Smith, anyone about getting big starts and bends? I use off the throttle a bit on the bends. Right, Danny Smith, myself and Binny in the top 4. It's pretty good. Can we get a good start in? Just get really cool starts. Now, can Team 1 convert this into a very commanding position? Barry's getting involved, just sweeps across Anarat Smith there, who gave a good touch. Now, can the 3 cars here at Team 1 link up? So just get a touch, just get across. Jetty there, I think that was a fair move. I'm sure GT Grandel would have had a close eye on that if the sweep across was too late, but I think just within the boundaries of accessibility there. Right, here we go. Team 1 looking good. Anarat Smith, a little bit isolated. So he'll have to work in and amongst Team 2. But we are actually, at this stage, we are dropping Barry. The gap to Barry is increasing. He will need some bumps to catch up with us. So that gap slightly comes down now. He's getting the support from behind. And getting quite a lot of momentum there. As we approach Team 1, that's really going to disrupt Team 1 going into Turn 1. Won't be able to have it all our own way. Can we keep the train going here? It's very tense around the corners. It's a lot easier on a wheel, I would say. Nice wheels. Very good driver so far. Detonator in the house. Which team have you chosen? Very good driving by everyone. We don't see the turn 1 instance anymore, really. I know that's kind of tempting fate. Right, can we do the same thing? Can we get up to Binny? Anorak Smith going to filter off, give Binny a nice push there. A little side-by-side action between Binny and Steve. Steve, I think, on a yellow card. So maybe Binny kind of tempts Steve into a move that might... Whoa! As we were saying, I think we're gonna lose Binny because of that. GT Grandel, I'm sure there will be an investigation there. Keep an eye on the chat. We will see. Is that move going to be investigated? In the event, we have to go on Team 1 coming from the back. This is going to be very difficult for Team 1 here. So without our point man, one of us will have to step up to the mantle. Danny Smith and Anorak Smith both race winners, I believe, in the individual races, so we do have that calibre of driver. But what are we going to do here? Under investigation, there we go. So that move is being investigated between Binny and Steve. May just have been a racing incident, we will see. And Binny there, you can see hands up to the referee. Let's say Anorak Smith is the best place Team 1 driver, but it's going to be very difficult here. Very, very difficult to get anything done. I think it's got to be sorry, Steve. It's going to be a Team 2 lockout there, and I think that's going to be 7-5 to Team 2. So we don't often see big gaps between teams, but 7-5 is getting uncomfortably big. So Detonator, yes, that means yellow team for Team 1, Team 2 points behind. That will change the balance because we will have 5 cars at our disposal. And Team 2 Ninjas 2. Some very strong defensive moves by Team 2 there. I mean, that is, if you have the proverbial high ground, then you give yourself the luxury of being able to be defensive. So, you know, they earned that position going around turn 1. I think Team 2 looking very strong around turn 1. Probably Team 2, I would say, looking better around the corners. I think that's fair to say. Ronan in the house. Okay, Ronan is going to be Team 2. Which means a red car. Yep. Ronan for Team 2. Nathan on intermediate tyres. Interesting. Surely not. Even Ronan, you will find clean racing here. We even have a steward. You will be in Team 2, so you need to have a red livery. You can wait if you need to jump out and deploy that. have a couple of minutes here. Steve's still on the yellow card. Yeah, that is true. Don't use that as an excuse, Steve. I did put you into the pits, but the race was well over there. Yeah, that is true. I'll come GT Grandad. I did put Steve into the pits. The record will show. Non-finish for Steve there. But yeah, it's funny, when we were doing this racing on Sunday, I mean, there was always a calamity at turn 1. I don't think we ever made it round turn 1 as a whole pack, whereas now we're pretty much always making it round. So I think the racing is of quite high quality, actually. So, 2 new drivers. Donated for Team 1, Ronan for Team 2. Is that going to make a difference to the fortunes? You have to say Team 2 looking the stronger team. And looking the stronger team all the way around the track. More teams would be awesome. How do people feel about doubles? Did anyone play Wembley doubles football at school and stuff? Very interesting shout, Barry. You've absolutely dogged me in. Teams of 3. But let's do another one with the 2 teams of 5. For this one, I think the dynamic will be when you have smaller teams, you won't be able to have your own trains. You won't have that luxury. So you need to scrap a bit, but you'll want to come together at the end. So if you can be by your teammate at the end, that's going to be huge. Well, Wembley doubles was a good game if you only had one goalkeeper. If you had one goalkeeper, you could play Wembley doubles. And for anyone that didn't play Wembley doubles, you play with a teammate. Everyone would have a teammate, and when you scored, you go through to the next round until there was only 2 teams left. That is true, Barry. If we had a full lobby, we'd have 4 teams of 4. That would be insane. Absolutely insane. Right, Ronan in the house for Team 2. Yeah, maybe we need a goalie. Just someone, just at any point, can just do something catastrophic. Right, do enter the race, Ronan, and then we'll crack on. Here we go. As Team 1 welcomes Dotonator, new signing. Welcome to Team 1. Despacito YouTube highlights footage. As the fans go wild. Is that Dotonator at the front? Yes, it is. Good luck, everyone. 10 cars on track now. It's going to get congested. I'm thinking maybe being on TC3 is slowing me down, perhaps. There's some bad gear changes. Right. Nathan, as he often does, kind of lurking at the back. Quite ominous. Looks like Team 1 have a good train there on the left, actually. Was that Ronin just mixing it up in Team 1's train, just kind of infiltrating in a way? What can we do here? Baron Steve still lurking, although I'd be a bit uncomfortable that far off the pack. Definitely some movement ahead as people adjusting for position. Right. Quite an overspeed going on here. Can Team 1 emerge from this with a couple of front runners? Look at this. This is absolutely world class. This is absolutely class. We just haven't got the train behind us. To us, it's class all over the shop. Some very good bump drafting through the corners there. I think that was very good by everyone concerned. And there we go, Nathan now moving up the pack. It's a big bump, turn around, spin. Whoa! Someone gets spat out. The more jostling the better, so we can actually catch up. You notice there's 2 more cars involved. Right, we were lucky there not to get spat out. Detonator at Binny at the front of the pack, followed by Nathan. So to make slightly evasive manoeuvres there. Looks like we might be losing Ronin off the back. Small margins. Now I can see my Team 1 teammates there. I'm going to try and just give them the nudge they need to take a commanding lead at the top of the race. Danny Smith looks like he's got the same idea. There's only 3 cars in that Team 2 train, and there's about to be 4 Team 1. Here we go. Might be too little too late because we might be running out of road. Ooh, elbows out there. By Billy on Steve. Bit of history there. And there goes Binny across. So Binny marking Nathan and just sliding across this time, boxing Nathan in, not giving him the room he needs. But Steve is right behind Nathan. You know what those two can do. Lost a bit of momentum, but look at Binny there. Binny out of nowhere is going to get into first place here. Oh, and a big hit. Red on red. And I have to say, I didn't really give Binny this assist. That's all down to Binny. I think Binny really showing why he is such an asset to Team 1. Danny Smith in the appeal there. I didn't feel I was behind you, Binny, but I didn't feel like I gave you a nudge. But then I saw you just shot off. Maybe it was a lag thing. But I was kind of tailing you all the way to give you the assist, and I didn't think it ever came. So it's 7-6. We got a Portuguese chat, but we'll have to explain the rules. But Binny just doing what Binny does best and just being in and amongst it as you go around the last corner. Doesn't necessarily need teammates to work with at that stage. He can go alone. What do I say? We'll put him on... I don't know how to do this. Okay, yes, good. We'll have him as a wild card. Very good detonator. Ronin put up against the wall. Yeah, we did lose Ronin down the back straight. It was true actually, there was some stuff happening for Team 1 on the inside, and as Team 2 were kind of covering that, Binny was just gaining speed on the highway. Right, Danny Smith, do you join the race? You are in. 7-6 is closed up. Pressure on Team 2, because if that gap goes to 7-7, it's going to be some difficult questions to ask there. How do they throw away a 2-race lead? Right, we're all in. And we have a wild card all the way from Portugal. Mr. Roger. I think that's the first time that Team 1 have really looked like a threat, I'm going to be honest. But it was something different from Team 1. There's multiple things for Team 2 to deal with, and I think fair to say maybe they struggled with that. And maybe strategically, a lot of Team 1 drivers... No, sorry, that's the wildcard. The Portuguese wildcard driver is in the yellow livery. Thanks, Totes. Oh, sorry, the Portuguese driver's in a red livery. It's Danny Smith here in the lead. Double points this race because of the wildcard. We can do it. We could do it. And here come the big Team 1 pushes. I think it's working. Alright, good to know. Maybe that can... I should be back on now. Oh, we lost the wildcard. Do let me know if you can hear me again. I had to cough, so I thought, oh, it'll be really cool, and I'll mute the microphone when I cough, and I'll unmute it. And I think I actually disabled it permanently. Thanks. Right. Okay. Who won that in the end? I was always trying to sort something out. I saw Nathan came from a long way back and seemed to have a commanding lead. There's something there before. You didn't miss anything, I don't think. Right, volume low. Oh. Let's restart 1 second. Do you enter the race, Steve, as well? Shouldn't be lower. It shouldn't be lower. I think maybe I was just speaking quietly because I was getting to the seat. Waiting for Steve. Well, I was commentating on the potential controversy with Nathan on the intermediate tyre. Is there a performance advantage? So right, we're at 9, so who has the advantage? We'll work it out. I think Danny Smith left, so Team 1 now down a driver and it's double points, I understand it. Vinny, it felt weird about your commentary. That's nice to hear, Vinny. That is true. The tyres are available. I think Dopinator might be on the inters as well. Ants on the wets, okay. Just Muggins here on the hard tyre. Not a bad start for me, and I've got Dotes pushing me along. So let me catch up. So that I think makes it 8-6 to Team 2, but it is double points on offer. So Team 1 can level it here. And we've got a decent train coming together. Anorak Smith moving up as well. Rain and Thick, rules please. There are basically no rules. Well, GT Grandad is the ultimate arbiter of what is acceptable, but you only find out afterwards if what the rules were. Doesn't make any sense. Which screen this? What will I do without all of you telling me in the chat what to do? Right. You know what? It's looking a bit messy back there. Nathan right at the back, which is where Team 1 will want to see him. Someone gets spat out there, that might be Vinny. I'm going to move this train over to the inside of the track as we approach the corner. I'm quite happy leading us through turn 1. I feel like I could be consistent there. Here we go. Look at this smoothness. Who's that coming up behind us? Jelly Jonah! Not what I wanted to see. I'm going to need Detonator to give me some assists here. Nice. Absolutely fantastic. We leave Ant for dust. Dota's an absolute hero there with the assists. Now we've got Anorak Smith slotting in, but here's Nathan. Nathan musting his way in second place. As I just move on over to make sure Anorak Smith can give me the assists. Huge from T1. And Detonator now musting out Nathan. Team 1 showing a bit of muscle. Binny's up here as well, and out of nowhere, Team 1 have a train of 4. All of our drivers in the top 4 for the double point race. Whoa. It's a decent pace, this. These are big bumps coming in from the T1 boys. You see Binny and Nathan jostling. We've spoken about that rivalry before. Evening Ray, hope you're well. Live in the US. To fill you in, it's 8-6 to Team 2, but this is a double point race, and T1 have the top 3 locked out. Nathan is in P4. I think Jelly Jonah is just behind Nathan, maybe looking to get in the mix as well. Here we go. I've got to kind of drive on the radar and be in a position to get assisted, or maybe, depending on how things pan out, go into an assisting position. That's the difficulty when you're leading a race. Trying to do this as smooth as possible. Present a very clear target to my teammates behind. It's quite clear at the moment as we're going to go under the gantry. First and second, but I can see Nathan's behind, but I think Anorak Smith is going to give me the assist here. And it's a very rare victory for me leading out T1, and that's double points. So would you believe it? Even though we were a man down, it's 8-8. Unbelievable. I would say the odds were very much against us there. Anorak Smith, absolutely huge assist there around the last corner, and Detonator around T1. Fantastic teamwork. GT Grandad called the double points. Now I know some people may have to leave, so I wonder, do we want to, at this point, go into doubles or triples? I think I got one earlier, Ant, but that feels like my first win. Feels like the first one I truly earned. I think it's the usual story with Team 2. When it's going their way, it's all fine. When things start to get a bit difficult, then the cracks really do appear in Team 2. So how do we feel? Do we want to keep it the big teams? Or do we want to go... Well, Binny's obviously going to want to go singles, being a full-time world champion. Barry, taken out by my teammate. It's not good. There we go, Team 2. What can we say? See Anorak Smith, thanks for joining. Thanks for the assist there over the line. Switchblade from Canada. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to swap Switchblade in for... Jelly's going to watch. We're going to use Jelly as well. That's one each from Team 1 and Team 2. Do we want to go to doubles or triples? Or do we want to keep the big teams? We can do whatever we want. Stealth Slug. Do let me know in the chat. We have 2 new players anyway, so we need to coordinator will have 2 wildcards. Okay, let's see. That's the thing. Let's do singles. Good suggestion, Nathan. So we're heading to singles now. This is not a official point scoring race because we've got 2 new players. So I think, Barry, what we'll do is we'll do singles and then we'll go to 3 teams of 3. See you on out, Smith. Very good racing, looking very strong today. I think Anna Smith and Detonator are a very good midfield. Right, Steve, let us know if you're rolling up or spectating. Yeah, no. This is a no team points race. This is a each man for themselves. See, Steve, yes, priorities. Right, so we'll crack on then with this individual race. I'm looking down the order, I'm thinking, actually, as single races go, you've got Nathan, you've got Barry, you've got Binny, you've got a Detonator. I'm coming hot off a win, so I'm going to put myself in that category now. You've got Ronan as well. This is pretty tasty for a singles race. There's a lot of race winners here. Switchblade as well, bit of a unknown quantity. In LaFerrari. How does the nature of the race change? Now it's each man for themselves. No rules as well, because the steward has let the whole world know that he's having a cup of tea. So it's like in WWE when it's a no holds barred match. So how are things going to change here? Are people going to strike up alliances? Are we not going to see a train like we usually see, as people almost out of pride don't want to tap their rivals? We will see. With the movement there, Ronan going up the inside. Switchblade leading the race. Ray, I've got some kind of ABS issue. It doesn't seem to be slowing me down though. I don't mind it, it just adds to the atmosphere. So you see the ABS button is flickering. I don't think it's anything to do with my brake pedal because I haven't been touching it. I'm sure if there was a pedal glitch, it would be slowing me down. I'm certain about that. Surely. So I think there is a ABS glitch in GT Sport. I've never really had it before that I can remember. Let's go switchblade look push there. You can see it's much more fractured now to try and keep my lane. Staying in the lane, following Nathan. Nicely done, everyone. I think we all made it through. Now Nathan in the lead. The lead isn't always the best place to be going into the final corner, as we know. Now this might be where you see people working together to displace Nathan more than anything. So they might see Nathan as the biggest threat and be prepared to work together. We'll see. There we go. Maybe the Switchblade train is going to become quite popular. Big push from Detonator getting involved in that Switchblade train, but going with Binny now. So no one really giving Nathan the push, actually. Maybe that is the consequence of being a big name, as it were, in the singles competition. Sweaty palms time now. Oh, I didn't want to give Binny a tap there. But lucky anyway. You jinxed it, and there's going to be a big one now, I can sense it. Barry with a big push to Binny. Big in the push. Who's going to get a critical tap as we exit the corner? Nathan looking ominous. Really looking good. I've got a very good run here. Oh! I thought there was a gap there, but there wasn't. Yeah, Nico Dotenberg changing liveries. Good result for Nathan there, I think, with the victory. What else did we expect? Very different to singles, I find it, to the team racing. A bit more tense. You kind of need to have your wits about you. Now, is this stealth slug guy in a... Right. So, oh, this guy's popped up. Do we want to go for teams now? We could do 4 teams of 2. 4 teams of 2? Should we try that? I'm getting better at typing. Better at typing than at writing now. Nathan, you have to write a book one day about how you were so good at special stage, and when you've retired you can finally spill your secrets. Okay, one more from Barry, so maybe we can still do the teaming up. Why don't we do Happy birthday, Switchblades? Right, why don't we do one, obviously I'm going to go 1-2 because I can play that with Nathan. Why is it doing that? Okay, teams. And I'm starting to think you could actually set up a for fun league and we could do a team race at different tracks each week. Yeah, definitely could. Definitely could. Definitely could. The racing is very good. It always has been on 10 lobbies. Right, are we... Does that make sense with the teams? Barry's only got one more because it's later in the Czech Republic. So these are going to be the teams. So locate your teammate if you can. I'm not sure teams of 2 is going to be enough, but we will see. Barry fairly indifferent about being paired up with Binny. over the moon. So Binny coming. Yes, you're with Ronan Detonator and Switchblade and Stealth, like the 2 new entrants lobby together as well. We'll go. I know Benny's fighting, but we will roll out. See, I've got the best teammate because I didn't need to do anything. I could just retire. It will have no bearing on our team's fortunes. Yeah, we could definitely sort out some kind of fun races and have them on, you know, certain, like once a week on a day or something, so it's not, so we have time to look forward to it, if that makes sense. Right, here we go. I almost went down to no TC there. That wouldn't have worked at the start. Right, here we go. I'm not. It's meant to be teammates. I'm not sure it's going to make that much difference. I'll be honest. We will see. It's kind of it's like a tag team where maybe not going to work together that much. We will see. Seems like 2 trains now anyway. Ronan and the Stealth Slug in the lead. Feeling quite intense, this. And I've had it on 1 TTS start. Okay, my starts are really poor, so I need to think about it. I am monitoring the audio in my ears, so the game sound is quite quiet for me. Okay, I have a feeling like we might not all make it around turn 1, to be honest. Just got that hunch. On the outside, getting very close to the wall there. Could have been a bit of contact between Nathan and myself, but all worked out okay. Stealth Slug and Barry doing something on the outside. We're losing Switchblade. Not sure what's happened there, but Switchblade has got to be careful that he's not going to get drops. Ronan at the top. Behind Nathan here. I can't even remember the teams, I'll be honest. So I think it's kind of an every person for themselves. Unless people can remember their teammates. Good job by Switchblade to come back there, because it was approaching 3/10 off the bat, which can be the danger zone. We're also going to drop back here a little bit. Should be terminal there. There's really not a long way to go once you go through the tunnel. Lots of ground to make up. Do you end up going into the last corner in last place too often, I think. What's happening? What's the momentum over there? I'm going to have to go low if I'm going to make something happen for myself. I'm going to have to risk it. Whoa! Ooh. Ronan with the win! Congratulations, Ronan. Win number 1. Nathan up there again. If you added up the podiums Nathan's got, I think he's pretty much on the podium every time. Evening Steve, sorry to hear about that. Hope all the best. Obviously much more important things. Big win, Ronan. Congratulations to Ronan there. Win number 1. I believe. Nathan, I was meant to be your teammate, but obviously I didn't make it. I didn't make it clear enough. Very good race. I'm wondering, is there anything else we can do to mix it up, or do we do 2 teams of 3 now? Depending on whether Daytonator's in or not. Or do we keep it on the individual races? I need to get better starts. I'm going to read Ant's comment. Daytonator's off as well. Are we, this chapter should probably pull a LaFerrari. Another individual race, maybe? Unless people were actually working as a team. I need to sort out my entry into the last. I need to be more in amongst it. I'm just watching from afar. It's kind of my thing. A big win for Ronan in a very competitive field. Mr. Trappy is in his Ferrari. I'd say Billy's probably overdue a win in the singles. See Barry, see Daytonator. I'm gonna see Ronan, so we will go as a team of 6. There should be a lot of space here to work actually. And if you have any ideas for any team races we can do feel free to just sound them off in the Discord. I'm sure there's some very cool stuff we can do because the racing has always been quite fun and quite tight. With all the tracks we've done. Yeah, maybe not the best luck for Barry this evening. Always there or thereabouts at the sharp end. Right, what are we doing? Maybe just another poor start for me. We will see in the mix though. Do check out Daytonator's new video. I think he's posted it in Discord. Data's always got some very cool effects. FX going on in the video. Well, I'm in the mood to win this one. I'm not hanging about. I'm going to get to the front and control the pace. Really seems to be on board with that. See, team one for life. You can't take it that way. Once you're team one, you're always team one. I can't remember either, Barry. It's a good battle. 2 trains here. I think I've lost my moment to just sweep ahead of Stealth Slug and try to get another bump there. Switchblade trying to get through as well. Yeah, Ant's got that Team 2 tattoo. We tried our best, Billy. We tried it. It's quite an impressive train there ahead by the black cars. Black Ferraris. I'd like to see when we go onto a proper track. Now that will be interesting. When we go somewhere like Largo or Monza, then maybe the Team 1 kind of technical superiority might shine through more. Tell you what, this is very close racing. The whole field is within 3/10. Can do, Barry. I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool. I'm just trying to think of kind of fun twists on unusual ideas. Yeah, LaFerrari, we take it around all the circuits all over the world. So I'm thinking not everyone will be able to make every race, even if we do schedule it. So I'm thinking if we had if half of us were Team 1 and half were Team 2, and anyone that joins kind of the league or the community or whatever gets, you know, Team 1, Team 2, Team 1, Team 2, so it's always equal. And then whenever we do the league race, maybe the top 3 positions count for points or something and get thrown into an ongoing tally between Team 1 and Team 2. It doesn't matter so much if, you know, there's only 4 Team 1 drivers and 8 Team 2 that day. At the end of the day, as long as there's 3 from just one of the teams. I'm not sure I made myself clear there, but I'm trying to think of ways we can have an ongoing Team 1 versus Team 2 competition. Maybe we can think of something a bit more exciting than Team 1. Maybe it's steak and ale versus kidney bean. Yeah, 1,000 laps of Tsukuba in a LaFerrari. It's going to be a winner for the debutant here. Ray 22 Trappy, who I think is a fast driver in FIA, taking a win on his debut. I'm sure the bookmakers will be taking note of that. Very impressive result. Oh, that's where I know him from. Okay. Nathan's cousin, also very fast at Special Stage X. Would expect nothing less. Yeah, we could just find. I think once a week would be good. We could just find a day and time that kind of works for most people. We can get up to 16 people in. And we can rotate people. So I don't think it should be one race. I think it should be. I have a feeling that kind of doing quite a few sprint races would be a good idea. See you, Barry. 5 hours sleep with 6 hours of teaching. Thanks for joining. Very good race with you as always. It is FIA tomorrow, which we haven't really talked about at Drag Trail Gardens. I know that. I think Barry, you've got your FIA, your DR back up to where you usually are. Getting back up there. So best of luck for that tomorrow if you are going for FIA. GT Grandad going to donate a prize to the winning team. Ooh. So there may be a prize in it as well. So I think what we need to do is we need to think of A, better names for Team 1 and Team 2. B, I think everyone needs to be either in Team 1 and Team 2, and that's something we can do very easily on the Discord, by the way, because we can have roles for Team 1 and Team 2. Oops, and anyone who's in Team 1 will have a yellow, their name will be in yellow, and then Team 2 in red. That's quite easy to do. Then we just need to think of the time and the place, and what we're racing and where, which is actually not that complicated. And then we need to think about how we do points and add it together and stuff, and that is actually more complicated, but there is more freedom there. And yeah, you have to get, you'd be like that Newcastle fan who got a tattoo of Andy Cole like the day before he went to Man U. You've got a Team 2 sleeve. Just Team 2 all the way up your arm. Let us know if you do, Barry. I'm sure we'll have a chat in the Discord about strategy and like. I think I'm going to go for it tomorrow. I'm going to go for it on the main account. Go for an A+ FIA, my first one. So if that's the case, I'll probably be going for the 9 o'clock, trying to do an hour of practice before. Yeah, I'll post some eyes in Discord. I'll create a new channel called Brave Ventus League Racing. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think we've realised that we can all race very close together on special stage, which might make a big difference when we're racing on track, because I think it might make a psychological difference. I'm hoping there won't be like a lot of contact, maybe. We'll see. Right, it's Nathan out in the lead, is a bit ominous. Did he streaming FA making a vid? I don't know. I would like to make more videos. Instead of just always streaming. I was watching one of my videos the other day. I was watching my Monza FIA race from a few months ago, and I actually just watched the whole thing. I quite enjoyed it, which is the idea. But I wouldn't watch back, one of my whole streams, but I would watch back a video. I did watch back a video, so I would like to make more of those. So we will see. I will most likely stream it. I am going to have some time this weekend to tinker with the setup and think about things to add and stuff like that. I do have some space this weekend to think about that. I have gone from basically making videos on GC Sport and karting to basically streaming GC Sport exclusively, and I would like to make more videos. GT Grand, I'm not racing until Omega come through with the rig. Don't blame me. I'm not sure what the hold up there is on the rig, but I imagine they're in demand. Ooh. I'm not very good at converting these kind of positions into wins. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to get past Nathan here. Only Nathan's cousin all I've got a decent run, but I'm going to get crowded out no doubt. Yeah, I need an assist there really. Another win for Nathan, chalking it up. And clean racing is fun racing in Webeck, yes. There's nothing like kind of getting a move done and it's a fair move, a strong move, but a clean move, and then the person that you got past then does a clean move on you. That's always really fun racing. Yeah, we are really close now. Let's go for another one. I think I'll do another couple. Oops. And back. Oh, sorry, switchblade. And back to using the pads. Can't use the rig. Duty Grandad, the pad is killing my fingers because of where I use them. I'm not sure how that is. Don't know if the pad is a bit cramped or something. Sorry, Switchblade. I delayed the start, and then when I did, you went into it. It's my fault. Lost Binny as well. Just going to be a full-way fight here. Yeah, I'll have some thinking about the league racing. If you have any ideas, then feel free to drop them in the Discord. But I do like the overall concept of there's a team 1 and a team 2, and you know, it doesn't matter if there's 7 drivers in the race or 10 drivers or 16 drivers, but there's always a race. There's always a point up for grabs for team 1 or team 2. Yeah, lightning start, Billy. Just going to go around because he's trying to catch up. You never know. It could be a total wipeout. GT Grand, if you're using the default setup, I think I might prefer using R1 and L1 to shift gears rather than the face buttons. I don't know if that will help. But what I did yesterday is I remapped the gear shifts to the bumpers. And then it means I'm not really using the face buttons at all, I'm just using the triggers. Here we go, that's a huge push from slugger stealth. Just getting interested here. Interesting part. I manoeuvre myself into first place. Don't want to give that tap. Go again. Try and get the slip and drafting through. The dynamic's very interesting with a full person race. It's very compact. Been using square and triangle. Interesting. I think that requires very fine motor movement. Yeah, but don't. By the way, don't take any advice from me on a pad. I'm really not very good on a pad. I actually shouldn't be that bad, but for some reason I am. My money's on Nathan here. It's very difficult to look past Nathan in a full-person race. When I've tried, my fingers keep going back to default. I was like that when I was going from VR to a screen. I tried a couple of times and I just couldn't do it. And I would go back to VR and then get be very comfortable in VR. It's only when I tried, was it last weekend? I tried for the first time to really use a monitor and gave it a good few hours. And now I'm completely fine with it. So. Maybe it's one of those things where it just requires like a bit more time to forget about the old way. Yeah, Dose is good on the pad. Treviso, he was in the stream last night, is one of the fastest drivers in the world. Deal with me now. You're going to give me a little assist to keep me going high. Second slug. There's Nathan and his cousin on the outside. It's just going to be me. I'm going to have to join that train and try and get a slip over the line, but I'm going to be too far away. I could have read that situation earlier, maybe. That is as close as you get. What is the winning margin going to be there? 7 thousandths of a second. Basically nothing. Ow, I've always used stick for steering and swapped to trigger for brake and excel and uses X and square. Some people use the stick for accelerator and brake. Some people actually use the motion thing in the PlayStation thing and swear by it. Yeah, nothing was going to get past Nathan, his cousin there. I think that might be the last race because I do have a couple of things to do. James Smith's back in the room, but I think that's going to be the last race. I do have some other things to attend to. There's some very good team racing earlier. Team 1 did manage to get it back up to 8.8. Yes. And Treviso's on the pad, and he's really fast. Nathan and Treviso probably a similar pace, but Nathan on the wheel, Treviso on the pad. So I'm going to end the lobby there. I'm just thinking about the league stuff. I'll post a message in Discord about the league racing. We can kind of talk about it. I'm sure we can come up with some good ideas. We'll have to give people like Nathan ballast to kind of even up a bit. I'll just wait for the wheel of cars here. Pretty mundane. But yeah, I do sometimes, when Treviso's in the top 10, I do watch his videos on stream so we can kind of see his inputs and what he's doing with how the red dot is moving. But I think we're going to end the stream there. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for the team racing, individual racing at Special Stage X. I think tomorrow I'm going to go for FIA. Probably will do a live stream on that. We'll try and get online about 8 o'clock to get an hour of practice in, and we will go for FIA in the A+ lobbies. First time we've done that on stream, so who knows who we'll see. Hopefully some very fast drivers. I'll be jumping into the Discord later and kind of thinking some stuff about league racing, some ideas, the teams, and everything like that. But otherwise, hope everyone had a very good Tuesday. Sorry about the lockdown part 2, or it's not a lockdown. What's that margarine that can't believe it's not butter? Can't believe it's not lockdown, but it's all kind of getting a bit strict. But otherwise, yeah, have a very good Tuesday evening. It's ending a bit earlier today, which is not always a bad thing. Get a bit more time back in the day. And have a very good Wednesday. And by the time it's Wednesday evening, there will only be 2 days left in the week. So the week is basically done by Wednesday evening. And if it ever comes up in a pub quiz, 2009 was the year that John Todd took over as the 9th president of the FIA. So maybe that will win someone £1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But otherwise, thank you everyone for joining. Cheers Al, cheers Binny, cheers Jelly, Juicy Grandad Nathan, Loopy. Sorry Loopy, we're just jumping off. We're just jumping off, Loopy. But we will see you in the Discord. So thanks everyone, have a very good evening. And see you all next time.